In Fox 17 News Investigates, you may talk openly with your friends about your COVID-19 vaccination status, but would you want just anybody having access to that private medical information? Tonight, I've uncovered a potential security hole on the Tennessee Department of Health's website that you'll probably agree needs to be plugged pronto. When A.J. DePriest hopped on the Tennessee Department of Health website,
I was shocked.
The Wilson County woman couldn't believe her eyes.
I was very disturbed by this.
A web portal designed to make it easy to get your private vaccination records also makes it pretty easy for anyone else to get them too.
Somebody can sit there and literally access the private immunization records for anyone they want.
DePriest at first
Date of birth, gender.
didn't believe it could be so easy.
And I got an email from a woman I know who works for one of the county health departments. She sent me the link and she said, people are using this to access private immunization records.
With permission from 3 of her family members, DePriest tested the vulnerability of the vaccination records site, accessing immunization records for all 3 by putting self in the relationship to requestee section and putting in her own email address.
All you need is the person's first and last name. You need an address and a phone number, and you can even put in your own phone number, and male or female, date of birth. And these are things that you can find on anybody, anywhere.
The Tennessee Department of Health doesn't require any other verifying identification beyond the basics.
Utterly shocked that the state of Tennessee would have such lax security.
And in a department with a $685 million budget, DePriest wants to know why.
You would think that they would be able to afford a good cybersecurity system or system for maintaining private medical records.
I asked Tennessee Health Commissioner Dr. Lisa Piercy about the potential breach of privacy.
Are there any plans to require more secure verification, maybe a driver's license number or social security?
Patient privacy is our utmost concern. And so any type of vaccine records, patient portals, any of that, we are putting in all of the layers of verification. So only the people who are due those records are getting those records, and that is only at the patient's request.
That was Monday. By Wednesday, I checked again to see if the health department put more safeguards in place. With a family member's permission, I requested their vaccination records by simply typing self in this box and my own email here. I got receipt confirmation that says they're experiencing high volume and it may take 5 to 10 business days. I'll let you know if I'm successful, like AJ.
Ultimately, this responsibility rests on the commissioner of the health department, Dr. Lisa Piercy. The buck has to stop with her. Okay, and since she is basically answers to the legislature is going to have to do something, call a special session to implement a study and an investigation to find out how long this has been happening.
Her biggest concern is potential employers, schools, or anyone else abusing someone's private vaccination information to discriminate, segregate, or even bully.
And I have a feeling there are a lot of people out there who are going to probably file, breach of privacy lawsuits against the Department of Health. There really needs to be an investigation.
Now, Fox 17 News checked the vaccine records request site one more time just before closing time today to see if it's still operating status quo. We found the state health department has just put up this message late today saying the record request process is now under review. You can't access anybody's vaccine records right now. They've shut it down. Fox 17 News will keep you updated on how the state fixes these security issues moving forward that we have raised.